Hey there, welcome to Makers TV. Today I'm going to tell you 4 effective ways that you can communicate with your target audience. So hello everyone, I'm Michaela Danvers of themakerscollective.com.au and I'm publishing weekly live episodes delivering short, sharp, actionable lessons to help strengthen your brand and grow your business. So in episode 1, we're in episode 4 now, so we're like growing up a little bit. In episode 1, I introduced the concept of the 7 core strengths of your business. And today we're going to delve a little bit deeper into another of those core strengths, your communication, and more specifically, the most effective ways that you can communicate with your target audience. Now, before I dive into the actual ways of communicating, whoopsies, oh my goodness, it's all happening today. I don't think I've got my contacts in straight, so I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so before I dive into the ways of communicating with your audience, I want you to understand the importance of knowing what your core values are of your business and knowing what your actual purpose is in your business also, because those 2 things are what's going to guide you in your communication and messaging, from what you say to how you say it to how often you say it. All those type of things is going to be directed by your core values and the purpose of what you're trying to do in your business. So as a small business owner, the core values of your business are more than likely the same values that you actually live by as a person yourself. And you may already know what these are, but if you're unsure, one quick exercise is to help figure them out is to think about what actually your pet peeves are in life. So as an example, do you get annoyed by people who don't clean up after themselves? If you do, that might be because you feel like they're not being respectful of the space that they're in, or maybe of the person that owns that space. So your core value might be respect. Or if you get really pissed off when like a friend bails on you, if you have like a lunch date that you've been planning for a week, if that really annoys you when that happens, then one of your core values might be reliability. So you can do that little exercise to figure out what your core values are and see if they line up with your business also. And once you know your core values, that is the values that you want your business to operate by and also be known for, you also need to understand what the actual purpose of your business is. So you can also think of this as like a mission statement, which is basically a sentence explaining what you do, who you do it for, how you do it, and what value it brings, which is the little graphic that I accidentally put up 1 second ago. So if we put this guy up, here we go. So what do we do? Whom do we do it for? How do we do it? And what value are we bringing? So if you just take a second now to think about your business, you might not be able to get this in, the next 5 seconds, but this is something that you really should work on to figure out what the purpose or the mission statement of your business is. So as an example, I'll show you mine. So my business, what do? I teach. Who do I do it for? Creative women. And then I sort of go back again. What do we do? How to start a business. How do we do it? By offering online courses, workshops, and trainings. And what value am I bringing? Give them confidence, knowledge, and encouragement to become independent business owners. So all in one go. What do we do? Whom do we do it for? How do we do it? What value are we bringing? My business teaches creative women how to start a business, offering online courses, workshops, and trainings, giving them the confidence, knowledge, and encouragement to become business owners. So does that sort of make sense for you? If you're thinking about your own business, how can you put it in those 4 questions to be able to work out what your mission statement is, to figure out the purpose of your business? Okay, so I'm going to jump into the actual ways in which you can communicate with your audience, because communication is a core strength of your business. You really need to know how you can build those relationships with your customers so they trust you, so then eventually, hopefully, they'll purchase from you. So the first one that most people think of course, is social media. It's where we are right now. Hello, everybody. And it is a great way to connect with your audience, but if you're only doing social communication, you're really missing out on a lot of relationship building that you could be doing. So if you are using social media, that's fantastic. But one big mistake that a lot of owners make with social media is not actually getting the balance right of value that they're giving to their audience versus promotion of their business or products or services. So a lot of people advise to stick to the 80-20 rule, which means 80% you're giving value of some kind and then 20% you're promoting. But I mean, it's a really good rule, and if you're not sure where to start, I would start there. But it really does depend on your business and your audience and your brand, because, some brands literally post 100% of the time is their product, so it's promoting all of the time, and that's what their audience wants. That's what they gel with, so that's completely fine. Some brands don't post about their stuff at all, and it's just all maybe behind the scenes or like stories of how to do this, that, or the other, and it's all valuable. So it depends. It depends on your brand, it depends on your product, but I would start with the 80-20 rule. Just make sure that you're giving as much value as possible without asking for something in return, and that's a good place to start until you sort of figure out what your audience wants more of. One thing that I would definitely suggest is in every single post that you do, no matter whether it's a promotional post or not, is try and include storytelling in some way. You want to be able to try and put your customer into that story. So if you're not sure about that, you can sort of go and do some more research around storytelling for your business and products. But that's one thing that I would highly recommend, trying to put storytelling into all of the posts that you do on social media. Okay, so the second one after social media is your mailing list. And if you haven't heard by now, it's all over the internet. Having a mailing list, an email list, is basically essential to running a successful business. So, of course, not all successful businesses have mailing lists. So, it's totally possible to not have a subscribers list and be very successful. So there's a slim chance that you might not need one. But the reality is, like, generally, if you don't have a way to email your customers or people who visited your website or just other people who are interested in your brand, you're really missing out on a lot of, you could be missing out on sales, or you could just be missing out on building relationships with those people. So not only is a regular newsletter an excellent way to build trust with your audience, also being able to have the ability to send an email to a previous customer is really super valuable. So getting into their inbox to actually then bring them back to your website is really important in building your business. And on top of that, you can show ads to people who are on your mailing list, and that is super targeted. The people are already interested in what you're saying, so showing an ad to those people is going to be a really effective way of advertising. Advertising is a whole other video. We'll do it at a later time. Okay, so after your mailing list, we've got blogging. Now, blogging is definitely not what it used to be in terms of readership and engagement, but it's still a great way to engage your audience and create relationships with potential customers. I've been blogging since day dot. I think I've been blogging since 2002. Maths, however many years that is, like 14, 15, to what year is it? 16 years. I've been blogging for 16 years. That's crazy. Anywho, so yeah, it's still a really good way to build those relationships up. It's also good if you're blogging regularly. It's good for SEO, so search engine optimization, to get visitors to your site through search engines. So if they're searching a particular term and you've used that in your blogs, then you might show up on Google or whatever other search engine they're using, and then they'll visit your site, hopefully. If you are a product-based business, blogging is not absolutely necessary. It might be better to actually put that effort into your product descriptions. You just kind of have to see what works. But if you offer a service, blogging is an excellent way to showcase your expertise in a certain area. So it could be very valuable if you offer a service, or if you are yourself the product, if that makes sense. So like if you want to do speaking gigs or something like that, you need to be able to show people that you know what you're talking about. So blogging is a great way to do that. And then of course, once you've posted a blog, you can link it out across social media and your newsletter, and so reaching people in all of those places. So number 4, the last one that we're going to talk about today, is markets. So face-to-face markets are a really excellent opportunity to not only raise awareness of your products and services and just sort of get out there, but also to talk to potential customers and learn more about who they are and what their needs are and how they purchase and how you can improve your own products and services to be more valuable to them. And as well as gaining this valuable customer insight at a market, always be sure to have a mailing list sign-up sheet at your stall so you can contact those people again. And this is the benefit of the mailing list. Like if you talk to those people at a market and you get or have a really good relationship, you can give them your card, but they might lose that or they, chuck it out. They just might never contact you. If you get their email address, you can then send them an email and thank them for stopping by and invite them to visit your website. And again, you're fostering that relationship and really building that potential customer to be able to turn them into an actual customer. So that's always a good thing. Okay, so I'll just click back on these guys to put them all up. Social media, mailing list, blogging, and markets. If you would like help defining your values or your mission statement or working out how to communicate better with your audience, you could consider joining the Makers Academy, which is a membership for makers and creatives like yourself wanting to learn how to sell your stuff so you can replace your 9-to-5 income with something you're more excited about. That is my purpose, to help you do that. So you can go to www.themakers.academy or just click on the link in the description of this video. And thank you so much for watching. I think, did I get under 10 minutes? Oh, damn it, I'm still over 10 minutes. I got to knuckle down on this timing. But if you found this valuable, please feel free to share the video and I will be back next week. Thanks so much, guys. Oh, I've lost the button of stopping recording. Here we go. Finish.